I'd like to welcome back now extraordinary P.R.Murry.
In my second set of poems, or my second set of poems, I'm only going to be about animals and birds. And as we're at Dodo Modern Poets, and as last weekend, 5 bridges, I think it was 5 bridges in London, were occupied by some people called Extinction Rebellion, I think it's appropriate to remember, as well as the dodo, people have managed to wipe out several other animals, and this is in memory of some of them. The great auk is gone, so we'll never know if it cried auk like its own name, and Stella's sea cow has gone too, so we'll never again hear its maritime moo. The passenger pigeon's great commute is done, and the thylacine, who can say it could still be around today? That's what we'd rather believe than face the fact that we are butchers who lose little sleep, then wake to kill and kill and kill, and only then do we weep. And the next one is about something that fortunately we have not managed to wipe out, because it's a wonderful bird, and I thoroughly recommend you see it if you can in its natural state. In Spain, at Monfrag, 300 vultures live on a crag. I have seen them with my own eyes, and they have seen me and ignored me. A fat man who gets out of a van and gapes up in awe. Some sit on ledges, some perch on edges, and then let go to fall, spread wings and soar. They may circle and glide, find a thermal to ride, in spirals and gyres, higher and higher and higher, silently curving, intersecting, interlacing, in a broad feathered dance in the sky, over the Tagus Gorge, over the valleys and woods, up ever into pure azure, high above apes with their words. The vultures in that poem were fortunate enough to be able to do what they were made to do. That doesn't happen to all birds. This is a true-ish story about a bird. Well, it's more or less self-explanatory. I am an eagle. I live in a zoo. I don't like it much, and neither would you. I sat on my perch and glared down at crowds. I dived in my mind between dreamed clouds. I sat on my perch. I stared at the wall, but I saw a sky with no bars at all. I sat on my perch, I shat on the floor. I tried to imagine what it feels like to soar. Then God of Eagles made good luck for me, one unlocked moment enough to fly free. Life without a cage was too short and sweet. Wide London sky, killed dogs to eat. I sat in my tree, I didn't know what to feel. I kept dreaming of bars and regular meals. I sat in my tree alone with the sky. I saw a warm cage, I'd no wish to fly. I sat in my tree, I knew I was tamed, made no move to escape when the dart gun was raised. I am an eagle, I live in a zoo, I don't like it much, and neither would you. This is another animal that escaped from the zoo last year and suffered a sadder fate than the eagle. Lilith leapt the electric fence. Maybe at the time it made sense to pounce, claws extended, at a bird in flight, and so fall into freedom by accident. Or maybe she made a deliberate jailbreak, because you've got to do what you've got to do to get out of the zoo, and who knows what a lynx thinks. But briefly, Lilith the lynx got away and was no longer on display. She was no longer confined to be admired or to be ignored by the curious, the awestruck, or the bored peering through the wire. Perhaps real freedom then kicked in, and with no food and drink provided, out in the woods and fields and hills to eat, she has to hunt and kill. At first maybe she has an edge, since it must be centuries since any lynx walked and stalked along these thickets and hedges. So maybe some rabbits and mice or a bird or two turned just too late and drew their last breath between the jaws of golden-eyed death. Sadly, hunters can be hunted too, and Lilith could not be left to be free. She was the property of a zoo, and large predators in Britain just cannot be, unless they're members of the bourgeoisie. Uncaught, Lilith caused official fear, alleged to pose a risk severe, so a killing bullet, not a tranquilizing dart, was sent to stop this beauty's heart. But the wheel will turn and justice will be done, and free once more Lilith will run, padding along on larger paws, with longer, stronger, deadlier claws. Reborn, a larger, fiercer cat, she'll rip the throats from bureaucrats. Okay, and this is another ferocious beast. This one is sadly threatened with extinction, and I'm sure as you are a poetry audience you will know that I've pinched the first line of Mr. William Blake. I am a tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, or in the day and in the shade, lying watching in a glade where golden light is striping down through green foliage and leaves, me almost invisible except for my unblinking eye, which only the dying should see. I am a tiger. I once heard a philosopher teaching. He said philosophy is like searching for a black cat in a darkened room at night with a brown paper bag over your head. It is totally out of court. It is just not cricket. I thought this did not concern me, because I am a tiger, not a black panther. But lest some roving forest gypsy passing by with a handmade flintlock gun fashioned from an old gas pipe should descry my unblinking eye and shoot me through it in order to sell my powerful powdered penis to give a millionaire somewhere a hard-on that he doesn't really need, I stir myself and pad out across the jungle floor. Yes, I think I'll eat a philosopher tonight, knock the back of his head off with one swipe of my claw, lick all the knowledge porridge out of his skull with my abrasive tongue, so that I then might know what he was talking about. Or I could, like my northern brothers up in the snow, go for a Siberian. But that might just be like drinking a gallon of vodka. And I've concentrated, in the recent poems I've read, mainly on charismatic animals, you know, tigers, eagles, vultures, all sorts of glamorous animals like that. But not all animals are glamorous, and this is my last poem in this set. I will remember some of the less glamorous animals. Hello, I'm a slug, and I'm crawling out tonight, leaving a trail of slime because I'm going to unite with the headlouse, the woodlouse, the weevil and the rat, and also join up with several other species that are anti-charismatic in the public eye, but this is an injustice which we seek to rectify. None of us look striking, posing on mountainsides, migrating across savannas, or singing in the sky. We don't dive or leap majestically out of the ocean. Fine artists don't paint us to symbolise emotions, or patriotism, freedom, and other noble notions. We don't roam in rainforests or on tundras. We were stowaways on the ark, and where we live is called infested, never made a national park. No one will cross the world to see us, but to hear a gorilla fart. They'll fly all the way to Africa in a polluting jet plane. The gorilla farts, they gasp in glee, and then fly back again. We won't sell you anything with cute faces or appealing eyes. The means of our own death are what we advertise. A picture of a cockroach sells tons of insecticide. We are vermin, pests, pariahs, carrion-eating parasites. But when it all ends, we'll cut you down to size, because the corpse of one lion will feed 10,000 flies.
Very clever.
The wonderful P.R.Murry. There you are.